Welcome back to Frontline Eurosports Online. Your host today, Jennings, has a 2017 Morello Red Triumph Bonneville Bobber going for our man. I won't give his name out because he is super bad. So, we're going to go over the Triumph Bonneville Bobber in Morello Red. Very first thing we always do is give our tire safety warning. You've already demonstrated this motorcycle and rode it with caution, but we're going to ride like we're riding brake for the first 50 to 100 miles. In our tire pressures, front and rear, we're going to be 32 pounds in the front, 42 pounds in the rear. If we forget that, we're going to have a placard in the front that's going to give us our tire pressure for cold pressures on the front here. So if we walk around the front second, we're going to see a front disc that is a cross-wheel rotor with our front single caliper that's led up by a slow-braided brake line. That additional little lead you have is our speed sensor pickup for our ABS and our traction control that is now featured on the Triumph Bobber. It is a single disc, so you have that beautiful openness to the wheel on this side of your Avon AV71 19-inch front wheel. So definitely keep an eye on our tire pressures, as that's a safety factor for our riding. We have our hydraulic dampening suspension, our front forks. The front forks are non-adjustable. And we move on back, we see our radiator that's nicely hidden back in our down tubes of this motorcycle, trying to keep it concealed aesthetically from the side. And that's one of the best things we have to view on this machine is the side view. As we look through, you can see the reduction of cables, hoses, even the front brake lines are bent up around to hide behind the fork legs. Our oxygen sensors moved up close to the head so that they're not visible. Starter cable is about the only cable you're going to see exposed on the side. So now we're going to talk about our water-cooled 1200cc parallel twin. This is an extremely square motor. That's one of the things I like about it, and it's the HT motor. Different than the T120, they have brought the horsepower and the torque down lower to come in harder and stronger, faster. So it has an extremely misconceivably fast presentation to it. They've left the air cooling fins on it, even though that it's water-cooled, and that's going to give it an old-school classic look that we're trying to retain. Our fuel injection modules, again, our openness and our lock cylinder for the ignition right here on the right-hand side below our legs. We're going to have our controls, which are mid-controls with our front brake lever, our pedal, our collapsible foot peg with feelers, and our master cylinders hidden down in the bottom. We can pull this bad boy open, and that allows us to check our brake overflow. So check that trick piece out if you have a high-low measurement for your rear brake overflow. This is also our countershaft sprocket cover. So we have our chain drive that is heavily lubricated right now, as you can see, with that white color to it, and that will dissipate, and we need to maintain that. We have to do our chain preventative maintenance, which is lubricating and adjusting our chain. Rule of thumb, every 500 miles or so, definitely get in there and take care of that 8-pound snake back there. Our fully encapsulated muffler system and header is a stainless steel system, and it is beautiful and has awesome tone, which we're going to find out before we leave. If you allow us, we're going to push out and start your machine and let everybody else hear how bad the bobber is. We have our really open rear fender system here, which there are some additional accessories coming for that. LED. We love LED. So our turn signals and our brake lamp assembly are going to be LED in the back here. As we come around to this side of the motorcycle, we're going to have our rear disc brake, an additional little cog or cam right here that's reading for our rear ABS and traction control. So our shock. It is a linkage suspension back here with a non-adjustable rear shock. And right above that is our single saddle. Triumph embossed in the back and that beautiful aluminum finish to it. So it has a nice saddle to sit you back into it and find a position on the motorcycle. But if it's not the right position, we can actually move this saddle. There is a 2-bolt system to push forward and back that's going to slide the saddle up and back this way. So you're gaining closer in elevation, reducing elevation, moving further away from the motorcycle. Further, we have our battery tray back here. So this is our battery location on the left side of the motorcycle. Our correlating suspension. Our 6-speed transmission is operated 1 down and 5 up with the linkage system we have here to adjust pedal height on our 6-speed transmission. Our collapsible foot peg right here, correlating to the other side. Our side stand, which actually is extremely easy to access with that arm that comes out right there. So then we get into more of the handlebars and controls of your motorcycle. Some of the things that we really like are the lockable fuel filler on our 2.4 gallon tank and this beautiful Morello Red, which is going to change colors when we take it outside and get out of this nat light or ambient light into the natural light out there. Ride-by-wire. So we have a twist throttle that is ride-by-wire, true rheostat instead of push and pull cables, eliminating more visual cables on the motorcycle. Run cycle and start button integrated into one switch. When you want to change modes, this machine is equipped with road and rain mode. We're going to use this button to switch between modes. What people are going to forget is that our starter button has been moved up here, and this is now our hazard warning lights down on the right hand bottom control. We'll slide across the handlebars to the left side. We have conventional horn, turn signals and pushing in for cancelization, and a trigger switch that is actually only pull and activate between high and low. We'll demonstrate the instrumentation in a minute. Coming factory on the bobber are these beautiful cylindrical bar end mirrors, giving that last final touch to keep a real low look on your motorcycle. Both of our levers are going to be adjustable. You have 5-position adjustable front brake lever, and you have 4-position adjustable clutch. So now we're going to get you to reach over, turn the key on, and watch your instrumentation that is adjustable. And we'll show you how to adjust that after you go through the instrumentation. But reach down to your lock cylinder and turn your bobber on for the first time, Frankie. So we're going to watch it queue up and all the lights come on. So we have an ABS warning light flashing. We have our check engine, our oil. We're also going to have our turn signals down below here. We can do them both on the hazard, as we just were discussing earlier. We also have our high beam down located in this lower section. We have our neutral light, and then we're going to have a conventional like traction control. If we turn our traction control off, we can see a light that comes on. If we're using traction control, we'll have another light that comes on. We'll show you that when we get into the instrumentation. First, we'll start with mode selection. Right now, we can see our tank is full of petrol. We're in neutral, we're in road, and our odometer is displayed. So we go to mode, just a tap will do, and switches from road to rain mode, attenuating our throttle response, our ABS and traction control intervention. We're going to take off in road, so I'm going to switch it back nice and easy for us, and that is something we can do on the fly. I just suggest tapping into the mode you want, closing the throttle, pulling in the clutch, let the bike coast. It'll switch over in 3 seconds or so, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. As we come to the left handlebar control, now we're going to be able to go through the information button right here. Instrumentation is going to change from our odometer to our trip 1, trip 2, going to instantaneous fuel economy, average fuel economy, range on tank, and our timepiece. Going to our tachometer, which is our favorite piece. Me personally, I love having the digital tachometer, which I had it showing odometer for you earlier to present a 0-mile motorcycle before you rode it. And now we're going to have a odometer showing, or the display showing our tachometer. The next one is our traction control. We can touch our traction control and turn it off by holding the information button. Notice the illumination of a traction control light with a slash to it that's saying, hey sir, you have made the conscious decision to turn me off and go into beast mode with my bobber. The bobber beast. We're going to turn that back on for you, even though it will default on. We're going to go back into our final mode, which is our odometer. So if we can bring the camera around this way, we're going to see how we can change the instrumentation. There's a clip back here that we can pull, giving it slack, and we can clamp it back. You can tighten it if it gets loose, where you can move it like so with this knurled module on the side. And that gives you the ability to adjust and retain a particular height with your instrumentation. Keep it low looking, or even in changes of light and reflection of light. Then we're going to have the lock cylinder on this side. That's for our steering column lock. And that completes an overview of your 2017 Triumph Bonneville Bobber in Morello Red. Congratulations. You got any questions for us to start? Let's give it a quick start and let everybody hear how bad your bike is. Watch your side stand going out the lip right there. Simple operation with the lock cylinder right on your right hand side. Pulling in the clutch as Triumph mandates a clutch to be pulled in. And there is your Bonneville Bobber.